Using the printed instructions as a guide, lay out panels as illustrated and insert the cam fittings and cam screws as shown here. Once you've completed the hardware insertion, you're ready to begin assembling the side hutch parts. Align the panels as per printed instructions and tighten the cam fittings onto the cam screws as shown here. Lay out parts as shown with hutches approximately 16 inches from wall. Assemble the bed cabinet top nailer to bed cabinet top. Next, align bed top assembly and toe kick to right side hutch and secure. Next, move the left hutch into position and secure. Insert the headboard and lower nailer with cams facing upward and secure. Tilt the bed up and into final position. Check the level of the bed and apply provided shims if necessary, as shown. Once bed is accurately level, use a stud finder to locate studs in wall. Place a small mark onto bed top nailer for center location of each stud. Drill a hole at each mark using an 1/8 inch drill bit. We recommend creating a small countersink at each hole using a countersink or 3/8 inch drill bit. Using the screws provided, attach bed to wall at all stud locations. Using the fast caps provided, cover the screws. Referring to spring application chart, insert springs as shown using the minimum amount shown on chart for your bed size. Next, attach mechanism to inside face of side panels using screws provided in hardware package 2. Using the provided PVC tube, pull back mechanism arm and engage arm lock as shown. Repeat for opposite side. In front of the bed, lay out bed face frame parts as shown. Attach 4 corners using hardware card 3. With frame oriented as it will mount to bed cabinet, the corners farthest from bed cabinet will have stop cylinders inserted into lower bracket hole on each end. Lay doors face down on a soft surface with handle holes located farthest from bed cabinet. The header end, also referred to mechanism end, is the end closest to the bed that will ultimately attach to the mechanism. Position frame over doors with frame a ½ inch from header end of the door panels. This ½ inch is a critical dimension. Making sure doors are touching in center and frame is centered side to side, begin attaching frame to doors using screws from hardware card 7. Double check alignment as you go. Next, position middle support stiffener midway between header and footer end and attach with screws from hardware card 7. Next, position the other 2 support stiffeners between the center stiffener and the bed ends. Insert Allen head bolts into hole 1 of bedside frame, 6 5/8 inches from header end. Securely tighten with 5/16 nylock nuts. This bolt will later act as a stop during the mounting procedure. Next, hole 3 is 19 1/4 inches from header end. You will insert 2 5/16 inch hex head bolts through hole 3 from the outside and place nylock nuts onto bolts only finger tighten at this time. This bolt will seat into the notch at the end of the mechanism arm in the next step. Stand the bed face panel up into vertical position centered between the mechanism arms. Lift the bed face panel assembly and seat bolt in hole 3 into notch on mechanism. Once seated, slowly rotate bed face outward until Allen bolt in hole 1 rests against mechanism notch. Insert 5/16 hex bolts through mechanism arm into hole 2 and secure with 5/16 nylock nuts. Tighten bolts in hole 3 securely at this time. Attach handles into pre-bored holes. Once above bolts are securely tightened, pull outward on the bed face panels to release the arm locks. You will hear a click as they disengage. At this time, it may seem there is too much tension, but balance will be achieved once your mattress is added. Slide nylon washer onto leg and press into hole on side of frame. On inside of frame, install steel filler washer, then steel holding washer, and secure with nylock nut. Refer to drawing 16 of instructions for the proper order of washers. Repeat steps for the opposite side. Rotate leg down until it hits leg stop, and attach steel leg and rod between legs, and secure with 1/4-inch bolts and star washers provided. Close bed face assembly, rotating legs closed at the same time. Inspect side reveals are even from side to side and top to bottom. You may have to nudge the bottom of the bed cabinet slightly from side to side to even up the reveals. Once the reveals are even, attach the bottom nailer to the wall, locating studs as necessary. 1 screw at each side should be sufficient. Some springs, when first installed, will be noisy. This can be remedied with a spray lubricant such as WD-40 or silicone lubricant applied to the springs. Open and close the bed several times after applying to work in. Lay out drawer parts as shown and install cam fittings and screws. Next, assemble drawer sides onto drawer back. Slide drawer bottom into grooves of sides and back. Next, assemble front onto sides to complete assembly. Install handles at this time. Install drawer slide to align with bottom edge of drawer side, pushing slide firmly against backside of front drawer face. Secure using screws provided and repeat on opposite side. Install cabinet portion of slide into pre-bored holes of side hutches, referring to dimensions in printed instructions. Once all hardware is secured, slide all drawers into position as shown. Install hinge base plates into outside panel of side hutch using pre-bored holes number 2 and 3 from top and bottom. Seat hinge into pre-bored holes on back of door as shown. Secure by turning the 2 screws clockwise until screw stops, approximately 1/2 turn. Move door until hinge aligns with hinge base plate, first seating the front of the hinge and then snapping the back into place and install handles. Congratulations! Your BredaBed Murphy bed is now complete and ready for use.